Hello, this is Tammy, the president of Fun and Adventure from Singles Travel International. And tonight I'm meeting with our cruisers who are about to head to Greece on our Greek island single summers cruise. And we are just excited because for some of us, it's been a long time. It's been a couple years since we got to travel. So what we're going to do in our meet and greet events, as usual, is meet each other, say hello, and we've already done that. And now I'm going to go over what we call our final vacation details and meetup information document. And that is always delivered to our travelers 21 days before your vacation, plus a lot of information before that. So you're always prepared. We never want you to leave home without everything that you need to know before you go. So before I get to that document, I'm going to just show you guys a new feature on our website, which is a trip calendar. So when you go to our homepage and you click on all trips, I'm just going to bump this up a little bit. You are able to see the different vacations that we have by travel type. This is just one way to search, but now down here at the bottom, we have this new button called calendar. And what that represents are trips that we're going to put on the website in the future. So if you want to keep up to date on what's around the corner with Singles Travel International and you don't see it on the website, come here and bookmark this page so that you have quick and easy access, and then you'll always know what's up and coming. And by the way, I'm just going to click on it for a minute because we would love to hear back from our members where you want to go next. And since this is a blog page, if you look at the bottom, you will see. So first of all, if the trip is already on the website, it's got a blue link to it. So that's a hot link that takes you down right to the website. But as you start to move out, you can see, for example, we have a Denver weekend that's not published yet, so it's not highlighted in blue. We have Montreal Jazz Festival. If there's a trip that's back to back, it'll tell you that it's back to back. So these back to backs are coming up next year. We have a Santorini in addition to Isle of Crete. And so now you can start to see that we don't have as many highlighted trips because these are up and coming. So there's I heard some of our members talk about they would have done our Mediterranean coastal trip this summer. Well, next summer we're doing the British Isles with Amsterdam on the Celebrity Apex and so on. And so down at the bottom, if you have some ideas about where you want to go, you can just go ahead and add your comments to the blog here. We monitor this regularly so that we can, you see right here, it says leave a reply, and you can put your ideas. Okay, so let me go back to the home page, and I'm going to show you how to get to your trip page, which today is going to be the Greek Island Fantasy Singles Cruise. I'm clicking on cruises, and it should be one of the very first cruises because that's how our site works. So I'm going to click Learn More. Once I click Learn More, it's going to open up, oops, that's the wrong trip. That's the one that's actually leaving tomorrow. Our guests are arriving in Barcelona. So let me back up a little bit and bump into the Greek islands. So here we go, Learn More. We still have some spaces left. We know some of our singles are very last minute bookers, and that's fine as long as there's space. So now I'm on the Greek Island Fantasy Singles Cruise, and I'm going to scroll down. We always have a left-hand navigation bar, and there's a lot of cool features here, especially now that we're close to departure. For those of you who are going, the trip chat is marvelous, and that's a great place for you to meet your fellow travelers before you do the meet and greet like tonight. And you can always see who's going as well before you even make your commitment. So that's one feature that our members tell us they love the most about Singles Travel International. So down below, I'm going to focus on your travel document. So if you click on this link, it's going to open up to this page. Now let me know, can you guys see this document here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. So your final vacation details is pretty it's a pretty lengthy document. This one is 16 pages because, again, we want to make sure that you have everything you need to know before you go. So you've got a little bit of an introduction here. And on that very first page, we are giving you a checklist of the things to do to prepare for your vacation. So it's very easy to just kind of, maybe some of us, like, you know, we're 50 plus, we like to print and have something paper. So have a printout, and as you complete the steps, you can go ahead and check it off. And so let's start with the most important items for your vacation that's coming up in just 2 weeks. You'll need a passport. And it's a great idea to double check it now if you haven't already, which we hope you have. And we have sent many emails to you, which we call the Get Ready series, so that there aren't any last minute surprises. And you want to make sure you have at least 6 months of validity. Sometimes people are under the impression that they are able to travel and have their passport expire maybe a week after they come home. But that's going to be a big no-no. You would get turned away potentially at your home city because the airlines get a fine if they board passengers who don't have the proper documentation. And that is one of them. Just like we have requirements for travelers to come into the United States, every country has requirements. And most of them want to make sure that you're going to go home. They don't want you to stay forever. So that's why they want to make sure you have at least 6 months so that you're not going to overstay your welcome. The next piece is a travel insurance certificate. I was talking a little bit earlier that I always take insurance myself. I know that it's a 50-50 thing. When I say 50-50, 50%, I believe 50% of travelers do take insurance. I think with our 50 plus crowd, quite a few, we you know how we live and learn. So many of us have had to use insurance. So that percentage might be just a little higher. And to me, it's the only way to go. It is no longer mandatory for Greece. Therefore, this is not a mandated item. However, if you have any kind of issue, whether it be medical, you have an emergency at home where you would have to return, that's called trip interruption, you know, lost baggage, missed flights, especially in this environment. We're hearing a lot of stories about flights being canceled. And so there are a lot of ancillary expenses that you would incur if your flight gets canceled, like transportation and meals and hotel stays. And so insurance, I think, is vital. It's a vital part of your vacation. And we send you a quote after you book. And your best bet is to take your policy within 14 days of your trip deposit to cover pre-existing conditions, not only for you, but for anybody in your immediate family. If you didn't take your insurance within the first 14 days, it's never too late. You're not covered until you take it. But there are some policies that could be purchased at the last minute for a very low price. They will not include trip cancellation, which means you would get a refund if you cancel before you go for medical reasons. But certainly if you buy an insurance, it's a week before departure, you know, that's a little bit less risky because you're closer. But I highly recommend that you take insurance for all of your vacations. It's just really the best way to go. Okay, so after that, the next thing is that we would like you to bring your original version of your your COVID certificate. So I say bring the original version because even though there is no requirement to get into Greece anymore, they're not going to ask you for it. I just think it's a good idea to have the original one and take a photo of it and have it readily available on your phone so that in case somebody asks you to present it, you would be able to do that. Who knows, if you have a medical emergency and you have to go to the hospital and they want to see what your vaccination history is. It's so you never know why, but it's just still a good idea to have it. We're still not out of the woods when it comes to this, but it is not a requirement. The fourth item on the list is a negative COVID test within 24 hours before embarkation on your ship. Now, this is a requirement of Celestial Cruises, and it is still in force. So what we are planning to do, and what we always do for our travelers on all of our vacations, we include the night before the cruise in a hotel that's included in your package. And Vicky is going to, that's our concierge for this program. She will organize the opportunity to be tested and get your test results in writing, in print, to bring with you to get on board the ship. There will be a cost associated with it. It's probably close to 40 euros. It could be 25 euros. It's constantly changing, but it's in that range. So she'll give you information when you arrive at the hotel in Athens and let you know if you need cash or if a credit card is going to work for that. So that is really the only remaining COVID test requirement, because on Sunday of, let's say maybe today's the 27th, so it was probably the 19th of June of 2022, the United States lifted the requirement to take a COVID test 24 hours or to have a negative test before you can come back to the United States. So that is no longer a problem. So the only test you need is the one before the cruise. And so we'll take care of getting that done for you. Again, if you test positive, you would have to exercise that insurance policy that I talked about in point number 2, because you would not be able to embark on the ship. You would miss your cruise, and you would have to put yourself up in a hotel, or if you were ill, you would be taken to a hospital. And so your medical coverage would kick in. But if you didn't have medical coverage, then you're going to have to pay for a hotel stay. And some of that would be covered by your insurance, depending on the policy that you take. Number 5 is a passenger locator form and health questionnaire from Celestial. That is also required, and I took the liberty of bumping this up for you. So is everybody able to see the form, the very archaic, old-fashioned form required by the cruise line?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Okay, good. So go ahead and print this out and fill it out and bring it with you. This is a great thing to do on the airplane when you're looking for something to pass your time. And you're going to be, like, question number 1 is the cruise line name, which is Celestial, and it's spelled Celestial. And then the ship is the Crystal, which is Crystal. And your cabin number, I'm going to show you where you get that. So your cabin number, whenever you make a cruise reservation with us at Singles Travel International, you have a reservation and payment section on your profile. So I'm going to move over there. Can everybody see my profile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in the upper right-hand corner of the trip page, when I'm in my profile, I hover over my name here. And then I can click on reservations and payments. And then this page pops up. And I scroll down to reservations. You can see the blue box here. And here are all my reservations. So these are some of my past reservations. So they say pay in full. And then if there's an overdue or a payment due, it'll also indicate your payment status here. But what I really want to point out to you is, here was my cruise on the French Riviera last October. You were with me. We had a great time. So you come in and you click view order. And then this invoice pops up, which shows all of the services that you purchased, how much you paid, what your balance due. And then what I want to show you here is down at the bottom, you have your reservation number or confirmation number from the cruise line, which in some cases you need to use to check in. With Celestial, you do not. So don't worry about that. But with like the main, like Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, you do. And then here's your cabin number. Here's your category of your cabin and your occupancy. So it's really good to know that that now exists. And also, this is the same place where you would make your final payment if the balance was due. So if I see my cabin number 234 here and my reservation number, I have the information that I need to put in box number 3 here on the form. Okay, so the rest of the information is your address, your phone number, nothing really odd. They just want to be able to have that available for their own records. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'll go back to the final vacation details. And the next form is called the Fit and Willing to Travel Commitment. This is a Singles Travel International requirement. It's a Google form that's very easy to follow. You would have also received multiple emails giving you an opportunity to fill that out. And basically what we're looking for here is, first of all, we want to know your why, the reason you're taking this vacation, because your concierge really wants to make it life changing if at all possible. That's our mission here. Actually, our why here at Singles Travel International is creating life changing experiences and unique opportunities for singles to meet the world together. And we mean it. And we have millions of video testimonials from our members stating just that. They really have found that once they get out there, and it's not really us. We just know that travel is transformational. And when we put a bunch of singles together who are over 50, they're like-minded, and some of them are doing this for the very first time, it's incredibly empowering. So we want to know more about you before we go. And then we want to be able to collect your air schedules, because some of you have purchased transportation from us from the airport to the hotel. And then we also ask you to commit to some terms and conditions, and especially in the pandemic era, which we're still coming out of, we just wanted to make sure that there was a general feeling of or a sentiment of respect for everybody that was going to be traveling with you. When things first rolled out, we were not sure, everybody was coming from a different position, with a mask, without a mask. And so without trying to reach a happy medium, we know that that was impossible because we're all unique and we just want everybody to respect one another. And so that's a form that we still require, because we want you to be able to feel comfortable and confident. Some people are still wearing masks, some are not. And so we want you to feel comfortable that nobody's going to be judging you or taking advantage of that situation. So we ask you to sign off on that. And understand the consequence of not following any of the requirements that are given forth to us by the country or the cruise line. And so Vicky will be your leader, and she will be assisting in all of that. And so if you didn't fill out that form, she's going to hand it to you when she meets you, and make sure you sign off on that. Then, of course, because there are some steps to get ready for your vacation, and some of them had previously required quite a number of forms. Again, just repeating that there are very few barriers anymore for travel, especially to Greece. We had a VIP assistance package where we would have done all the paperwork for you. I don't think anybody needs it for this particular program, but if you do, it's available, and premium members get $100 discount off that. So if you purchase the VIP package, we go ahead and take care of everything for you for $199. So it's pretty good deal depending on the amount of steps that are required. And then the last piece was to attend our meeting tonight to meet your travel companions and to learn about the vacation. So I am going to really kind of just open up for some questions right now and see if there's anything that pops up from the checklist.
So Tammy, I'll be there a few days earlier than most people, so I can, within 24 hours, I could get a test at a pharmacy or something like that if I want to do it before.
Well, it must be taken within 24 hours, so I would just leave it until you see Vicky, because you do have the free package with our program. So when you check in and you get to our welcome party, because we'll have a welcome party the night before, then she'll go over everything. And yeah, so if you get it too soon, Bill, you'll have to take it again. So that's why don't waste your time or your money.
Right. No, I get that. Okay, thanks.
Any other questions?
Tammy,
Yes.
where do we get the e-ticket for the cruise line?
I don't think you need an e-ticket for this particular sailing, but I'll double check on that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
see that we have another member who just joined us, and let me go into that list here. Hi, John. How are you? Okay, well, John just joined, and so we were just going over some of the requirements to get ready for the vacation. And this is a great group. Everybody did their homework and they studied the final vacation details. So I'm just going to recommend, since it's 16 pages, we went through the highlights to go through the paperwork. And I'm just going to kind of jump down to the social section, which is really important because it's a singles vacation club and company. And so you have the chat. And so I want to invite you to go back to the chat. Please follow us on Facebook. If you're not already following us, I would recommend that you find us. It's facebook.com/Singles Travel International. And you know, by following us, you'll be able to follow the group next week in Europe. And if you hashtag Singles Travel International, other members who are not on the vacation get to watch you and have a great time. And also, I wanted to bring your attention to, we have a new merchandise store. So if you would like to order some merch before your vacation or after your vacation, because we know once you try the vacation with us in Greece, you'll probably want to come back again. And we have a lot of really cool merchandise. The link is here in your final vacation details, but it's also on the top of every trip page. You can see here at the top, it says store. So right here, I'm highlighting that. You can go to the merch store, and premium members get $5 off of every single item. So you will get an email in your inbox with the code, the special code for that. We also have a getting there section, which I mentioned earlier. Any emergencies that you encounter, you are welcome to call us Monday through Friday at our regular number and press 0. So we're here Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 Eastern, but this is my cell phone number. Put it in your cell phone, guys. Even if you use it after the trip, I'm never going to be offended. Some people wonder, you know, why, but my number is so widely used after 30 years of escorting singles vacations. So don't worry, it's there for a reason. And so I definitely want you to put it in your phone, because if you have an emergency, you're going to want it. You're not going to want to go look, what page am I on in the letter to look for my number. So put it in your phone before you leave. And I also recommend that you put Vicky's number. It's on page 1. So put her number because she's your concierge. That way, if you have any emergencies, you've got both of us. So here's some more information about traveling at the airport. If you lose your luggage, how to handle that. Very important. If you purchased a transfer with us when you get to Athens, here's the name of the driver, phone number. So you're going to want to have that readily available. And here are the pieces of information right here. So it looks like we're still waiting for some flight information from a couple of our members. But if you prepaid for the transfer, your name, it's listed next to your name. So for example, Janine does have a transfer. She's getting picked up on the 14th and it's prepaid. And so Janine, you definitely want to make sure that you have Makis's phone number readily available for you, okay? For all of you who have that transfer prepaid. Here's your hotel package information. And again, good idea to have this handy so that you have it just in case you need it, because that's your hotel in Athens. Here's everybody's confirmation. And if there's any changes, please let us know, because now would be a good time. We should be the way you booked it on our website. So no surprises. And then here's your 2-day pre-cruise package. Everything that's included, everything that Vicky's going to be managing for you in a nutshell. And when you arrive, she will also have a daily program for you in case there's any changes. So when you get to the hotel, right there between 4 and 5 o'clock on Thursday, July 14th, you're going to meet Vicky. She's going to be at our own private hospitality desk in the Wyndham lobby. So she'll be in a uniform that looks like mine, yellow or blue. And then she's going to take everybody up to, well, she'll be there from 4 to 5, and then you'll meet her. It's called the Above Bar. And this is like one of the most stunning locations in Athens because it's right in your hotel and it's on our rooftop. So we're going to invite you up there and take some pictures and enjoy the sunset overlooking Athens and the Acropolis. It's really something special. And then Vicky will, at your own expense, she'll have a dinner reservation, but all you have to do is follow Vicky, guys, and bring your euros with you. I think it's easier to bring a little bit of cash. You can use your credit card, but a lot of places in Greece charge a little bit of a fee. And, you know, it might be your first night for some of you, so you might be a little jet lagged, and it's really nice to be able to just say, Vicky, here's some cash for my portion. I'm going to go back to the hotel. It won't be very far. So that's a nice way to be able to dip out early in case you're getting sleepy. And then on the 15th, there's another second. Some of our members have 2 nights, some have 1. So then the second group of pre-cruisers come. And here's our schedule for the second day. If you had the 2 days, there's a hop on, hop off. She'll take you over to the bus stop that morning after breakfast. Breakfast is included in our package. And then you'll have fun, and you're going to do a rooftop happy hour again, and then dinner with Vicky. And at some point in that day, she's going to arrange for the COVID test. So you're all prepared for the cruise. And then on Saturday, the 16th, we transfer you after breakfast, included in your package, to the cruise ship. And that's when you're going to want to have this form filled out and ready to go. And board your ship with your negative test and your embarkation form, and it's party time.
Yeah.
So here's your cruise. Here's some information about the cruise. And I do see that there's an e-ticket here. So that means that our team is going to email you within the next, it'll probably be the week of departure. That's usually when the Celestial crew sends them to us. So watch for an email from service@singlestravelintl.com. That will be the email address. By the way, that's the official email address for all of our important documentation. Our promotions come from vacations, but all our important trip-related documentation comes from service, and that is our help center. So anytime you have questions before you go, that is the #1 place for you to send an email to ask for help. Service@singlestravelintl.com. A little bit about money for Greece. I talked about credit cards. Sometimes they charge a fee. I think it would be very wise for you to bring a Visa or a MasterCard. Those are better cards to use in Greece. And cash is king in Greece. So when you're out and about in town, it's nice to have cash. And I'm often asked, well, how much should I bring? So this is my system. You can do it any way you'd like, but this is what I do. So I'm usually too busy to buy euros in advance. You can get euros at your own bank near your home. You have to put in an order and they will buy the euros for you and you pick them up. And oh, here's the good news too, guys. The euro's only like 1.1. That means that you're going to pay $1.10 for a euro. So it's almost even, which is very exciting because it's been as high as you would have had to pay $1.40 to get 1 euro. Yeah. So it's going to seem really reasonable. Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. And so either get your euros in advance, or what I do is, so I bring 1 Visa card or 1 MasterCard. I bring my debit card, and I bring I usually bring $300 US. So I get on the plane. When I arrive in Athens, when you depart, when you get off the plane and you go through customs and immigration, right after that, or in the luggage claim area, there are exchange banks right there. So that's when I change my money. And yes, you're going to pay a little bit more than you might at some other place, but my advice, and really just to kind of keep it level, if I'm only exchanging $100, I'm if it's 3 percentage points, you're only talking about $3, right? So it's not worth my precious vacation time to go on the hunt for the lowest exchange bank for $100. So for me, I get to Athens, I go through customs, immigration, I pick up my bags, I change my money. So in case I need a taxi or I need something that night, if you're going to go to the restaurant with Vicky, you have some cash. Then I cash my American dollars in as I go, because I can always use my debit card and I can extract euros on site, or I can use my Visa or my MasterCard, whichever card I bring. And I usually bring my American Airlines card because there's no exchange fees on international currency. So that's what I do. I'm not a big shopper and I don't gamble. So for me, I don't really need anything extra. I'm usually good with the 300. Any questions about money?
I like to shop. I think I might bring more.
Does the cruise take credit cards if you go to the salon or
Yes.
something else, or do you have to have cash for Bellman and whatever?
Oh, that's a great question, and that's covered here because they're going to, just like all the other cruises, if you have been a cruiser, but even if you haven't, when you board, you're going to get a key card that serves as your door key as well as your charge card, and you will put down a credit card at the check-in, and then all your purchases on board, whether they're excursions, whether it's spa, and by the way, you have a drink package included, your gratuities are included, you have 2 excursions, so it's going to be something like duty free or spa, and you'll get a bill at the end, and they will automatically charge your card, so you don't really need cash at all. The only thing, if you did feel like tipping somebody extra, I think when I went to the spa, Janine, I like to tip the massage therapist. So I like to give them cash, $10 or $20. But other than that, you really don't need it. You could add it to your bill. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about the cabin assignment and where to find that on the Singles Travel International site. We talked about the daily program. So Vicky, who is your concierge, will provide a daily program, and she's going to give it to you usually at either at breakfast club in the morning or dinner the night before, depending on the day. And that gives us the ability to take advantage of the latest things that are going on. And so sometimes we do our own private events, and sometimes we tie into something that the cruise ship is doing. And as I said earlier, your cruise director is so much fun on this cruise. Oh, theme nights and dining. So we will have our own section in the dining room for our group. Vicky will save the table every single night. She'll put a Singles Travel International sign on the table. You'll always know where to find us. And we have 2 theme nights. So be prepared for Greek God and Goddess night. And if you just Google that, you can go to Amazon. You still have time to order a costume. You could probably have one droned to your house by the time we finish the meeting. I'm just kidding, but or just get creative. I have one. I've taken sheets in the past. Remember the old toga parties, guys? We're all old enough to remember that. So grab a sheet and a belt, and and that'll work too. So whatever you can do to have some fun. It's not mandatory, but usually 80% of our members do get dressed up. So if you didn't, you won't feel weird, but people who are members who are brand new to our organization, sometimes they're surprised. They're like, really? People dressed up? And yes, they do. So I want you to feel comfortable with that. And then of course we'll do a white night. It's very Greek. You might want to put a blue accent because the colors for Greece are blue and white. Their flag is blue and white. So it's kind of fun to do white with a little bit of with a blue accent. If you're a brand new traveler with us, you're going to get a Singles Travel International t-shirt. And if you are a returning traveler, please bring one. It's always fun to wear them and show them. And I always ask Vicki to get a picture of everyone in their t-shirts. So help her out with that. Now, here's one of the favorite things about traveling. Again, we include our package in Athens the night before. We've got all those other inclusions that I mentioned. And then we always add something very special, something unique that you wouldn't find on this cruise or with another travel company. And so on this vacation, we're going to do the Greek wedding show. And yes, you're going to break plates and you're going to dance the Zorba and you're going to sing and drink. And it's just such a fun event. I want to tell you too much. I don't want to spoil it, but Vicki will lead the way. She'll get you guys all over there. It's all included in your package. Okay, so a couple other things to read through here to get yourself ready. There's information on transportation. And then this is on the way home for transportation and post-cruise packages. All the details, please double check, make sure we have all your information. And there's the hotel in Piraeus for those of you who are staying later because your flight was leaving too early. And we have a list of everybody who's going to be there. Vicki will be there as well with you. So don't worry, she'll be leading you until the very end. She'll make sure you get to the airport the next day, have some fun. And she has done all of these excursions and all of this, all the destinations. She's been many, many times. In fact, she's living in Greece for the summer. So she is an expert on Greece. Lastly, the general information, make sure you're comfortable and understand all of this. We're talking about electricity here. That's a key one. You know, only if you have like a hair dryer or a curling iron that you're bringing. Be mindful that they have a more powerful electrical current than we do here in the US, and it'll burn your equipment out. So read that section. And on the cruise, guys, you do have a 110 though, which is our US electrical current. So when you're on the cruise, you don't really need the conversion. And you don't need an adapter, but in the hotel at the Wyndham, you will. So here's a little bit about internet connection. They have packages on the cruise ship, no problem. You're welcome to purchase that when you get on board. They'll give you the full details. And you can also in Europe find almost everywhere in Greece, restaurants and cafes. If you sit down and have a drink with them, they'll give you their Wi-Fi code and you can plug in, and it's always, so if you want to just do free Wi-Fi all week, if you don't really have anything pressing, that's my recommendation. Plus, I always like to have a glass of wine or a beer almost everywhere I go, so it works. We talked about money, so I'm not going to go into that anymore. Just go ahead and read this if you want some backup information, what's included, what's not included. Now, one of the things that's not included and is optional, sometimes people get, you know, their feathers ruffled. I know that by the time you finish this cruise, you're going to be very pleased with Vicki's service. Not to mention, she's a one of a kind, very kind, caring, sweet. You will be the center of her universe. And that's what she's there for, to make sure that everything that you need. So gosh, anything that you would imagine that you're not satisfied with, don't bother waiting in line at the purser's desk. Just go to Vicki and say, Vicki, you know, there's something, my room smells, or, you know, any little thing, she doesn't mind. That's what we do. This is where we really excel in what we do. And so don't feel shy about asking her for anything. She's your liaison. That's why she's there. And at the end of the cruise, we suggest that you give her a gratuity, and we average it about 15 a day. And there's the total, depending on how many days you're with her, we gave an average. Again, always optional. She's appreciating anything that you share with her, but it's not mandatory. I know that.
Is it euros or American dollars?
This is USD, since we're all USD, but she'll take euro, she'll take a check. She, you know, I know that I think that the concierges now have Venmo accounts. Whatever way you want to do it with them, they will accommodate you.
By the
Okay.
way, I can attest that she's great.
She's fantastic.
She's great. I mean, I
Yep.
swear to, I swear, she's the best.
She's the best.
I'm not, no.
Thank you, Bill. No,
Yes,
it's true. I mean, it's really, I mean, we only have the best here at Singles Travel International. It's not easy to work with us. They have to jump through a lot of hoops, and some of the main things are they have to be fun, they have to be caring. We can train on all kinds of skills like lost luggage and getting people on a cruise or a bus, but love and caring has to come from the heart, and it has to be part of the person's DNA. And so, that's the only way that you get to be a concierge here. And she's really one of the best.
Top notch.
Thanks for that, Bill. She'll be happy. She missed you guys tonight. She's in Barcelona, so she asked me to fill in because it's 3 a.m. Well, it's 4 a.m.
Oh,
now.
yeah, I wish I was Barcelona. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. All right, so now this little paragraph here, this is just a big disclaimer. As I said earlier, we're all adults and we want everybody to have a great time. And so any kind of unsavory behavior will not be accepted. And Vicky has full authority from our team to talk to you about it if need be, and obviously remove you from the program if it is in any way disturbing other members. So read through that. We have never had to remove anybody really. The cruise line usually does it for us if there's a problem. If it's a problem, we're not the only ones that know about it.
That's good.
So, and then like, guys, again, please follow us on Facebook. Vicky's there right now. So actually, if you follow us on Facebook, which I was telling you, it's facebook.com /Singles Travel International. These are all of our social media outlets.
It's 21 hours.
But and then make sure that you set yourself up for notifications. She's going to be doing lives all week. And if you haven't done this before and you want to see what it's like to be on a singles vacation, this is a great opportunity. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and I showed you how to use the calendar. There's a link to the future calendar. And when you come home, we have a survey. We really love your feedback. And we are coming up on 30 years creating singles vacations. And we wouldn't be doing it the way that we do if it weren't for the feedback from our members. We are, so please take advantage. And then when you do fill out the survey within 7 days, we give you a $25 credit on your next trip. And Kimberly will send you a coupon as soon as that 7 days passes. So please take advantage. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to my cruise page. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, thanks for joining. And we hope to meet you sometime in the near future on a singles vacation with Singles Travel International.